There we go. Well, welcome everybody to our fun Tuesday community connection call. This is going to be a short one today. We're just going to be doing the community connection. Usually after these, we have 15 minutes of connection, and we'll talk about different topics each week that would be of interest of all of us. And then after that, we usually do a work with me or a business part for another half an hour. But our lovely Whitney is her son is leaving on his oh my gosh, can't think of the word. I want to say retreat. That's not the word. He's going on his
Mission
starts with
trip.
R. Mission trip. Thank you very much. I'm
Yeah.
going, what is I had that one word in my head. He's going on his mission trip for 2 years. So she wants to get as much loving in with her little baby boy. So they have everybody over the house tonight. So it is just going to be us tonight. And so we'll keep this nice and short and sweet. So take it away, Kate.
Okay. So this is going to be a discussion for us all. And if you're able to have your camera on, I want you to feel free to unmute yourselves and we're going to have a discussion, and it's going to be about Crohn's. Something that Crohn's is coming up so frequent in conversations with people. And I myself, I'm just like, I struggle with what to recommend. So I was like, let's chat about Crohn's. And then I put it in the little Plexus jewel pusher thread, in my friend Michelle Henderson has Crohn's, and I always forget that she has Crohn's. So I picked her brain a little bit, and who here can like explain a little bit what Crohn's is? Can anyone explain what it is?
I could Google it. I know
Okay.
it's an inflammation of the intestine, but I don't know the exact details of it.
Yeah, I mean, I Googled it too.
You share.
Because
You tell us.
okay,
Does
so
anybody else know? Or do we want Kate to tell us?
I'm sure Michelle does.
Is she here?
So
Oh, I don't see Michelle here.
yep,
Oh,
she
there she
is.
is. Hi, Michelle. I see you there now. Sorry.
Hi.
So Crohn's is a chronic inflammatory bowel disease that affects the lining of the digestive tract. Everybody varies from symptoms, whether it can be like severe or some have, very little. But most of the time it's abdominal pain, diarrhea, weight loss, anemia, fatigue. So I don't know if I'm missing any other symptoms, but that's what it's kind of Google had come up with. um, it also said that it cannot be cured and is managed usually with steroids and immunosuppressants. And am I forgetting anything, Michelle Henderson?
No, you're doing a wonderful job explaining. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you
Can
share a
you?
little bit what your experience was like with Crohn's or how you found out you had Crohn's? Sorry, I don't know if
Sure.
I
Yeah.
stepped on your toes there, Kate, but
Sure.
I was curious.
No, yeah,
No.
I'm glad. That's why I have her here.
Yeah. I suffered for a few years not knowing what was wrong with me. Foods I ate. Um, I I thought so it's TMI maybe, but it's safe, right? I thought I had hemorrhoids. And I went to the doctor and they're like, yeah, that's not what's going on. Something else is going on. And um I found the right doctor, a gastro, and he was amazing. And he knew my age, my symptoms, my problem. He did a colonoscopy right away and diagnosed me with Crohn's. But I started with steroids, and though it helped, it was awful. The side effects are just awful. So I food I ate, pain, like pain, stomach pain in the bathroom up to 15 to 20 times every day. Um, and I was suffering the most during the pandemic, which was actually a blessing because I was working from home and I could be home and suffer instead of in the office.
Right.
But it took 2 years or more to figure out what was going on. I, unlike some Crohn's, you know, people, I didn't have anemia, and my symptoms were mild. I don't need surgery to remove my bowel. Um, and I can't lose weight. I'm so like the inflammation was really significant. But yeah, it was a rough for a long time.
That's
Insert.
funny, Michelle. Sorry.
Oh, go
Go ahead.
ahead. You can ask. Go ahead,
I
Carol.
was just gonna say something that I've found with people with Crohn's, which was kind of funny that you just said that you can't lose weight. A lot of people I've known actually they end up finding they have Crohn's because they lose so much weight. I know a couple people have had Crohn's in my life, and they've both lost dramatic amounts of weight because of the Crohn's
Yeah,
before
you
they knew
don't.
they had Crohn's.
Yeah, you don't. Your body doesn't hold the nutrients, but
Mhm,
like it's hard because the good foods, right? The
mhm.
foods that doctors tell you to eat that will help you lose weight, those dark leafy greens, those seeds,
More
those like
inflammation.
all of those fiber rich foods
Hmm.
just are so hard to digest that it's
Hmm.
awful. Like, so I saw a nutritionist, like, what can I do? And they would say eat these things, and I'd be like, no, I can't. I'm in pain when I eat those, like significant pain.
Hmm.
So that's been a struggle. um but my diagnosis is mild, it's not severe. So I'm not, some of the things that were in the chat, I can't really speak to.
Well, can you explain a little bit about what you started with? That is because we want to be able to help people with Crohn's. So, what worked for you, and what have you tried? And if you don't mind
Yeah,
sharing.
I started with the slim first, and just like a half a pack. um
And real
for
quick, the microbiome or the hunger control?
I tried both to start with. Weight loss was something, and I think when I was starting, I I was told two different things, so I use the hunger control, and that one works fine. Um, and I do use the microbiome occasionally, but I when I suggest, if I have anybody with IBS that I talk to or anything, I suggest the other one. Um, so I started with that, and the ProBio 5, and not BioCleanse, just ProBio 5 and Slim, for a long time. And then I would try to add in BioCleanse, and just couldn't. It was like I did a reset, and that reset put me into a flare. So I had to pull back everything, um, and just like go back to like one ProBio. So I started with those two things. I've added in Vital Biome at night, and I take Metaburn in the morning. And Ease, if I find myself either like feeling like like a flare up or stress, I will take like 2 E's a day, and that's helpful. I would suggest that for like the aloe in it, and something else is in it that's really helpful.
So I'm sorry, which pink drink again?
I do the hunger control, but I would recommend to somebody else with my situation the microbiome.
I can put my 2 cents in there because I actually have a lot of customers with Crohn's, or I've helped a lot of people with Crohn's. In the past, I found that anybody has any stomach issues, I usually stay away from hunger control because of the fiber, and that's why
Mhm.
I've always done that. But I've also found that microbiome can be a lot, so that's why most people. I have someone who just started a week ago with Crohn's also, and we doing like half a packet. And
Mhm.
she said she felt kind of sick the first time. She said she threw up the first day. I'm like, okay, well, make sure you have it with food. Like we went to that point that she was having it at lunch with food, half a packet. And that's all she started with for the first few days.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
the answer, Janelle, was both, either or. If they don't do well on one, try the other one. And that's works with a lot of people. But I find Crohn's people, everything's so sensitive. You don't really know what's going to work. But sorry.
No, don't be sorry. This is what we want right here. We want everybody talking, and um, Jen or Barb or anyone else, Melissa, Janelle, if you guys have experience with anyone that has had Crohn's and that you've helped, we'd love to know what you've done.
I have a couple other little tips
Go ahead.
that I found. And Michelle said it. Did you say X Factor Plus? Because
I haven't tried that. I didn't
Oh, you
know. I
haven't?
don't know enough to know
I've gotten a
which
lot
ones
of
to
people
try.
on it almost right away because I usually have them start slim, probio, sometimes ease. We just kind of see how it goes. And then X Factor Plus, because I find, and you actually said it, that you have all these digestion issues, so you're not absorbing your nutrients. And I find when they start on X Factor Plus, that's actually one of the products that makes them feel better, like feel better almost right away because they start absorbing within a week. Usually I'm noticing they're like, I can't believe how much better I feel because they start absorbing the nutrients. So Michelle, as soon as you hang up here, you're going to go over some X
Gonna go
Factor
add it
Plus.
to my order. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found a lot of people. I wrote that down because I found that. And then you said ease too. I love ease, especially if they're in an inflammation. Um, some people come to me when they're really inflamed and I'm like, ugh. So I often will say, are you in an inflammation? Like, are you really inflamed right now? Are you, having an episode? I can't think of what you want to say it, like a flare up. Are you having a
flare.
flare up right now? Or is it just something you want to take care of? If they're in a flare up, you should start them with ease. If they're not in a flare up, I don't, but yeah, and even I know, I think Gigi might have said it too, and I've had the same experience. Sometimes Slim is just too much and it takes a while till they can actually drink Slim. So it's that calming stuff, anything that's calming. So you mentioned X Factor Plus again, the aloe is very soothing, very calming. So X Factor Plus and Ease, those are things that are going to help them feel a bit better and soothe that down. And then once they're out of their flare up, that's when you can get them into using some of the products that are actually going to start healing it, like the Slim and the ProBio. And yes, Vital Biome, I know it's actually, I'm on the fence. I keep going ProBio because I just believe in ProBio, but I've heard for a lot of people with Crohn's, Vital Biome is actually the better way to go because it's just easier.
So I have a 14-year-old boy who has Crohn's, and his mom has been reaching out to me, and I'm trying to figure out what to do for him. So I was thinking Slim, half a Slim a day, and then I was thinking I'm torn between the Vital Biome and the ProBio 5, and then I'm definitely X Factor Plus.
I love
No.
Vital Biome for teenagers, period.
Yeah. So like one of the things that I always think about is that when you have ProBio 5, you have enzymes and antifungals that are breaking the candida. This is gonna, for some people, cause discomfort because it's too much, right? So the Vital Biome doesn't have the enzymes in it. So it won't be as hard. It'll be more gentle. It'll be more, like that's like, and again, and Carol, like when you said X Factor Plus, that's what I was gonna say right off the bat. X Factor Plus, the aloe vera, the absorption of everything, like, yeah. Yeah, I actually have a couple people, and the one that I'm thinking of right now, her name is Patty, and it was just being with them and being there to make the adjustments along the way, let them know that like we might have to revisit this, like like you said that you started off with one, or some people start off with the bio cleanse, then they have to cut it back, and it's just like them knowing that this is kind of like part of the healing process is super, super huge. So yeah.
I think everybody almost I've started with Crohn's. I say you're going to get BioCleanse in your order. Just put that on the shelf right now. You're not going to need that. We'll look at it in a month or so, and you'll have it for when we're ready. And one bottle is going to last you 2 or 3 months. That's what I usually tell them. I was going to ask you a question, Michelle. It was about how fast did you get started? Because that's the other thing that I found really important with people with Crohn's, because you try not to start a flare up. That's the whole thing. And when it starts healing, it's really common to get a flare up. So, like I just know I go really slow. Like instead of in 3 days, you take this many probio, and 6 days, you take this many. Like I'm doing one a week, we go up unless it's too fast. And we actually had to take it off and stuff.
Yeah,
So what was your experience?
I started really slow. I did half a thing of Slim for like the first week or so, and then I added in like one ProBio 5 a day or at night. And then I increased the Slim to one a day, and then slowly went up with ProBio 5. And I played with BioCleanse, but it was just too much.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I did like one bio cleanse every other night, and I did that for a long time. I mean, I'm almost at my 3-year mark, so I did that for a long time. And now I take one bio cleanse every night, but I can't take more than that. I take 4 ProBio 5 at night and 1 bio cleanse.
And have you had any flare-ups since since that initial, you've had a few?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I am 1,000, like I went from not normal to like a normal bowel movement, like I'm a normal human again. But yeah, stress, right? That's why I love Vital Biome. Like stress, and just like I can't eat all the foods that I want to be able to eat. Some things are still just too, like grapes, any type of berries. Like some things still are just too hard to take. So yeah, in a reset, I tried to do a reset, and I did do a reset, but that was just
Too much.
too, yeah, like I can't even think about doing that again, because it was like a week after where I was just suffering.
Oh, wow.
So it's, yeah, but when I know it's coming or when I sense it, like I play with things a little bit. Like I'll just stop bio cleanse or just add in something more.
You
Do
should
you
look at that
typically add
extra
in
plus.
ease when that happens?
Ease is my thing, but now I'm thinking about the vitamins. I've struggled with, like, I think I'll try this, but like a multivitamin with all the things, it's too much. Like even like when I think back to when I was pregnant, like I had to take Flintstones for almost the whole time because I couldn't take a prenatal vitamin. So I'll give it a try, but sometimes those are just
Well,
that
it's
whole
the
thing.
aloe in there that will
Yeah.
help it be a little calmer.
Yeah.
And the fact it's methylated, I think will just make a little bit. I had the same thing. I
Yeah.
threw up every time I had when I was
Yeah.
pregnant. I remember
Have it
taking
with
prenatals.
food too.
Awful. Yeah, with food.
Okay.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with food, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Kate, this was the best discussion. I know we're not done, but I'm just like, I'm excited.
Janelle, did you have something to say?
Just do one X factor. That was
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking that too. Very good.
so thoughts between X Factor Original and X Factor Plus for this. Why are you going more towards X Factor Plus than the original?
Well, I will say, because we don't have X Factor Original in Canada, we've only used X Factor Plus, and I think that has all the aloe in it and everything like that. So
Gotcha.
I've seen great results with X Factor Plus. I've never had the option to try X Factor.
There's actually a post in the information group for Wellness Warriors that has a regular and the X Factor Plus right beside it. So it actually says the difference in it. So if you want to like go refer back to that, then that's like, I could probably use a refresher too. So I was like, hey, that's in there.
Yeah, same. I always go right to
great
the
results
plus.
with the X Factor Plus. So I have no trouble saying X Factor Plus. The only time I ever use the X Factor Original is for somebody who's pregnant. That's the only time that I, double, use them both. That's the only time.
Awesome.
We should do more.
Very good.
This was fun. Common things. You know what? We're gonna have to add this into the mix. Common things that everybody deals with that no one's really sure what to do. I think another one would be a good one to, and we should have on is Janelle is talking about pregnancy and what's good for pregnancy. That would be a really good discussion too. We should find some experts, someone who's really good at, actually Janelle is good at that too, but I know Janelle and there's too many Janelle.
Well, I think that would be really good and helpful because I'm just thinking about one person that has been using Plexus in my downline that for a while now, and she's thinking about becoming pregnant and worried about Plexus products and stuff. So if I could send her a video like that, that'd be amazing. So we should.
There's a ton of information about it in the information page. I'm sure you know. And Kate, I was going to say, if you would like for third-party validation, just say, this is my friend Carol. She helps a lot of people with Crohn. Just make it sound like you can put Jeanette or Michelle in there, but if just for third-party validation more than anything. I know you can totally do it on your own, but sometimes it just feels good to have someone else in there and say, hey, this is my friend Carol. She helps a lot of people with Crohn's and colitis, and this is what she's found. And I
Yeah.
find it's always
Yeah.
young people. It's not what, Michelle, how old are you?
I just turned 40.
Oh, okay. I found a lot of people with Crohn's. It's like they find it in their late, like in their teens. Do you find that? Is that really common? I just think
I
back
don't.
to people I knew
No.
who have had Crohn's.
Yeah, I think this kid is 14 years old. He just found out, I think, that he has Crohn's. So
And the girl I just
Yeah.
started, she's 23, but she's been fighting for several years and they didn't know what was wrong with her. She just was losing a lot of weight.
wow.
Hmm.
It's a very popular thing, actually. I have a client who she tried the pink drink and she has Crohn's and she's like, I can't do it. It's my stomach did not agree with it. And I was like, okay, well, I think, if you could try the Restore, that would be amazing. And so I gave her a sample of that and I told her just do half of it. Like I only did 1 scoop for her and I said, do half one night and do half the other night. And I'm waiting to hear her feedback on how she did with the Restore. She said it taste wise, it was okay. But
She didn't have the old yucky one. She'd never had the old
yeah,
yucky one.
Yeah, it's way better
No.
than it was.
yeah. So my fingers are crossed for her because she's like having such issues with it. But
Sounds
I'm
like she
thinking for
maybe
her, I'm thinking Restore and Ease and maybe
an
Vital
X Factor
Biome.
Plus, a Vital Biome. Those are all ones I was
Yeah.
thinking. Sometimes everything I've heard is some people with Crohn's, just their whole cold, the whole digestive tract is so tender that you have to go extra gentle. So maybe the
Yeah.
healing before you actually, soothing and healing before you actually try to
Yeah.
address the microbiome, that might be a really good idea.
Yeah, she was saying every supplement she's tried in the past has been just not okay. It doesn't work.
I would be tempted to do Vital Biome and like
Yeah.
Eats.
Yeah.
And
That's what
maybe
I was
X
gonna
Factor
say.
Plus. Those are all
I
just
had
very soothing. Sorry.
What you got, Barb?
I have 2 that have had Crohn's, and one had quite a bit of her intestines taken out, and she can't do the pink drink. We tried like both of them and even like a half packet, and she couldn't do the ProBio 5 either, but the Vital Biome is making her feel wonderful, and
Good.
the Ease, and she's able to take the X Factor Plus. Now I struggle with X Factor Plus. I don't know why, but my system doesn't like it. The other one I have that has Crohn's, she can do the pink drink, but she cannot do ProBio 5 or BioCleanse. So we put her on the Vital Biome and she's doing really well with that. So
Okay.
seems like it's not quite as harsh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of
For
what I'm
them.
thinking. She needs a
Making
probiotic.
me think
but
of this
just-
girl. I sent her a message today. She just started the ProBio a few days ago. I was just thinking about her. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know if she's answered me yet. No, she hasn't.
So I have a thought on any of the pink drinks, people that say they don't like the taste, warm it up a little bit or ice cold it a little bit or add a little bit of lemon or add a little bit of lime. Just change that flavor profile just a little bit will, because our taste buds, I don't know how many of you, once we started, all of our taste buds kind of changed, right? And so,
Exactly.
we have to get through that week, that month, 30 days, 60 days, 45 days, and get our taste buds changing a little bit. And after a while, once we start feeling better, that taste does not matter. So just
I
a
put
thought.
my
Yeah.
Restore in my pink drink.
Mhm.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
not sure. The Restore was giving me wicked heartburn on its own. And so I started
Oh.
mixing it and it doesn't do it anymore. But I don't know.
I actually really like Restore with collagen or Restore with hydrate. Really good.
The collagen I could not do. I don't know if it has wheat in it or I don't know what's in it, but something was so I could not take it.
Oh, interesting.
My stomach
Yeah,
was like a volcano. It was like blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Sorry. The
No,
research,
what the-
the greens before bed.
Oh no, yeah, I can't do those either.
Yeah.
No,
Mm-mm.
I need to do greens.
I see it and then I'm like,
Well-
yeah, I really should use you. And then I'll do it once or twice and then I'll forget about it again.
Yeah. I think I've had this jar for probably 6 months, and there's like
Mix it with
Sure.
active. Mix it with your active and your collagen.
I
Honestly,
like
it's
it in my
active and
shakes.
collagen.
really, really, really cold.
I
And
just like it in my
yeah.
shakes because it gives it a berry
Okay.
flavor. So I put it with vanilla lean.
Or
I
you
should
could put it
actually
with
have it.
yogurt
I
too.
did have it once with Restore, and it was pretty good.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
because
like
they're both berry. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, good stuff here,
Oh,
people.
this was good. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up with our advisory group, Whitney and Megan. And we're just going to talk about this and say how much we enjoyed this today. So if you're watching the replay of this, can you please comment if this was helpful to you? Because we all think this was really helpful. So we would like to know, especially if you're watching this on replay, if you'd like to see more of these. And maybe once a month we could just have we're like, often there's like 5 weeks in the month. You know what I mean? Like there's 4 weeks and then there's that 5th month because we have kind of a schedule for. That'd be a great time to do it, or just when we just need to mix it up. So I'll bring that up on our little chat and just let everybody know. And
Awesome.
yeah, I really liked it. Put your hand up if you liked it. Why put your hand up? Yeah. Great call, Kate. Great call. Thank you so very, very much. And
Yeah, welcome.
we will see you. What do we have next week? Next week. So, okay. Monday, Tuesday. Oh, we have Easter this weekend. So everybody have a fantastic Easter if you celebrate Easter. And is everybody doing the lean and clean and not eating chocolate this weekend?
No.
I'm totally eating chocolate. I'm just gonna say
Way
it.
to go, Jen. Good
I
job.
don't even like
Not
chocolate, but I
chocolate
just
person.
it's
Give me
part of the
some
Easter
pecan
thing.
cheese and I'm good.
All righty, friends. We will see you next
Thank you.
Tuesday. Same time, same place.
Also, thank you, Michelle, for hopping on and,
Thank you,
and,
Michelle.
and
Yes, you
sharing
were
your
so
story. Thank
No
you.
problem.
yeah. Bye.
Love you, ladies.
Stop recording.
I am. I think I gotta put my glass on. I'm hitting a button, but it doesn't look like it.
Janelle.
Yes.